Are you tired of always being the strong one? Tired of giving everything in relationships and getting nothing back? Tired of working so hard and still feeling empty on the inside? If that hit you, you're not alone. I've been there too. But here's the truth. It doesn't have to stay that way. In this video, I'm sharing 15 daily micro habits that helped me reconnect with my femininity, soften into my most authentic self, and finally start living with more peace, joy, and ease. So if you're ready to stop just surviving and start feeling like you again, you're in the right place. My femininity journey started in 2020. And yes, I was tired. But more than that, I woke up one day and thought, I want something different. I saw other women living with ease. They weren't afraid to show up fully as themselves. Life seemed to flow for them in terms of opportunities, relationships, and joy. And I thought, if it can happen for them, it can happen for me too. I was tired of pretending I was okay. Tired of the struggle. I wanted more softness, more joy, and more freedom. And that's when I decided I'm going to make it happen. That was the beginning of my journey. So many women get to this point. Life hardens us. We hustle, we survive, we go through heartbreak. We give and give and give at work, in relationships, in family, and somehow we end up last on our own list. And then that quiet voice whispers, there has to be more than this. That whisper, that's your spirit calling you back home to yourself. Because femininity isn't weakness. It's not dumbing yourself down. It's peeling back the layers of exhaustion and letting yourself feel soft again, feel joy again, feel radiant again. And when you start leaning into your feminine journey, everything changes. You stop living with tension and start living with peace. Your relationship shifts. You attract people who pour into you, who respect you. You feel more confident, not because you're forcing it, but because you're aligned. Life feels lighter, more abundant, more beautiful. And that glow people talk about, it's real. Not from makeup, not from clothes. It comes from the inside out, when you finally let yourself be you. Now I know what some of you are thinking. If I soften, won't people walk all over me? Or I've worked way too hard to slow down now. Or maybe you're in your 30s, 40s, or 50s, wondering if it's too late. I had those same thoughts too. But here's what I learned. Femininity doesn't erase your independence, it balances it. It doesn't make you weaker, it makes you magnetic. And it is never ever too late to reconnect with yourself. That's why I'm sharing these 15 micro habits today. You don't need to change your whole life overnight. You don't need to perform femininity. These are small intentional shifts that slowly bring you back into alignment with your feminine energy. Start with one, feel the shift, then add another. So let's dive into the first habit. Habit 1 is start your day slowly. If you woke up already anxious, rushing and behind, you've already set yourself up for a day of stress. That's how I used to live, in pure survival mode. But one of the first changes I made was slowing down my mornings. No phone, no rushing. Sometimes I journaled, sometimes I prayed. Sometimes I just sat quietly with tea. That small shift calmed my nervous system and grounded me. You don't need a 2-hour morning routine. Even 15 minutes of quiet can change your whole energy. If you're always late or frazzled in the morning, this one habit will make you feel more feminine and more in control. And remember, softness doesn't come from rushing. It comes from presence. Habit number 2 is to keep your space beautiful and clean. If your space is cluttered, your spirit will feel cluttered too. I didn't realize how much my surroundings were draining me until I started clearing them out. I had piles of clothes, a messy desk. It was background noise I didn't even notice. But femininity thrives in beauty, in softness, in order. So I made it a habit to keep my environment light and beautiful. I bought candles, fresh flowers, and I made my bed daily. Suddenly, my home became a place of peace instead of stress. Start small. Pick one corner, one desk. You'll be amazed at how quickly your spirit lifts when your environment feels like a sanctuary. Habit number 3 is to dress with intention. Femininity is not about what you wear. It's about how you feel in what you wear. I used to dress for convenience, not for connection. I wore baggy clothes, dull colors, outfits that said nothing about the woman I wanted to be. Then I made a new rule. Whatever I wear, I have to feel good in it. Some days like today, that was a beautiful dress. And other days, a matching lounge set. And the shift in energy was instant. I walked differently. I carried myself differently. Head higher, shoulders back. I felt feminine without saying a word. Don't wait for a special occasion to look and feel good. You are the occasion. Habit number 4 is to change your soundtrack. The energy you consume becomes the energy you embody. And that includes music. My old playlist was all hype music, aggressive beats, lyrics about grind and struggle. And surprise, surprise, I felt tense, guarded, and in hustle mode. When I switched to a softer playlist like gospel songs, country music, and love songs, my energy softened too. You don't need to give up your favorites. I certainly haven't. But balance them. Choose music that nourishes your spirit, not just fuels your grind. Habit number 5 is romanticize the small things. Femininity is about presence. It's about slowing down enough to find the joy in little things. I'll never forget the first time I lit a candle before showering. Lights were off, it was quiet. And I thought, why did I wait so long to give myself this? Those little rituals, plating your food nicely, drinking water from a wine glass, sitting by the window with tea, they change how you see yourself. They reminded me that femininity isn't about performance. It's about how you experience yourself. Start with one ritual today. Life feels more beautiful when you let yourself enjoy the little things. Habit number 6 is activate your senses. Feminine energy lives in the body, not in your mind. I used to live in my head 24/7, stressing, planning, and overthinking. My body was just carrying me around. When I started tuning into my senses, wearing soft fabrics, slowing down to taste my food, choosing perfumes that made me feel radiant, I came alive again. Your senses are the doorway back to your feminine energy. Start with one today. Light a candle. Wear your favorite fragrance. Savor your coffee. And remember, presence is power. Habit number 7 is journal daily. Your mind gets heavy when you carry too much, and that blocks your femininity. For me, journaling became my release. It became my safe space. Some days I wrote pages, other days just one line. But the act of writing taught me to listen to myself, to trust my own voice, and validate my own feelings, instead of stuffing them down. That connection with yourself, that's the foundation of feminine energy. Don't overthink it. Write one line, one thought, one gratitude. Your journal is where you meet the real you, and she's waiting for you. Habit number 8, move with grace. Your body speaks before you do. When I was in hustle mode, I rushed everywhere. Tense shoulders, quick steps, scattered presence. But slowing down changed how the world responded to me. People smiled more. Men held doors. I even felt more confident. Grace isn't about perfection. It's about being present in your body. Try this. Tomorrow, slow your pace by 10%. Lift your chin. Relax your shoulders. Watch how differently the world receives you. Habit number 9 is practice receiving. If you can't receive, you can't rest in your feminine energy. I used to reject everything. Compliments, help, and even small gifts. Deep down, I realized that I most likely didn't feel worthy. When I started simply saying thank you, my energy shifted. The more I received, the more I attracted. Opportunities, love, abundance. Because feminine energy is magnetic. Next time someone offers you something, resist the urge to deflect. Just receive. That small yes is a feminine act of alignment. Habit number 10, express emotions freely. Strength without softness is just armor, and armor gets heavy. For years, I bottled everything up, thinking that was strength. But the moment I allowed myself to cry, to laugh loudly, to admit when I was sad, I felt free, and my relationships deepened. Because people could finally see me. Your emotions aren't weakness, they're power. If you've been holding it in, let one thing out today. Give yourself permission to feel. That's real femininity. Habit number 11, invest in your maintenance. Femininity shows up in the details of how you care for yourself. For me, it was realizing that skincare, hair, and nails weren't vanity. They were self-respect. When I showed up polished and intentional, I carried myself differently, and people treated me differently too. Start small. Maybe it's lip balm and lotion. Maybe it's a weekly hair mask. Tell yourself, I'm worth this effort. That's not vanity, that's value. Habit number 12 is create unplanned moments. Feminine energy flows. It doesn't cling to control. I used to micromanage every hour of my day, but the best memories came when I let go. Spontaneous brunch dates, walks with no destination, saying yes to random plans. That's where magic shows up. So leave space for something unplanned this week. See what life surprises you with. Habit number 13, cultivate soft communication. Your words carry energy. I used to be sharp, defensive, and always on guard. But softening my tone and choosing my words with intention shifted my relationships overnight. People felt safer with me. Conflicts de-escalated. This isn't about being silent. It's about speaking with intention, not defense. Next time you're tempted to snap, pause, breathe, and respond softly. Watch how quickly the energy shifts. Habit number 14 is to find joyful hobbies. Femininity thrives on play. When I was stuck in survival mode, I abandoned hobbies because I thought they weren't productive. But joy is not optional. Joy is fuel. I started dancing in my living room, cooking for fun, and I felt alive again. So pick one hobby that lights you up for no reason at all. When you play, you reconnect with your feminine spark. Habit number 15 is daily gratitude and prayer. Nothing makes you softer, stronger, or more radiant than living in gratitude and faith. For me, gratitude shifted my perspective, and prayer anchored my soul. Instead of obsessing over what I lacked, I saw how blessed I already was. Instead of carrying anxiety, I surrendered it to God. Even on your hardest days, there is always something to be grateful for. Write down 3 things each night and thank God for them. Gratitude grounds you and prayer strengthens you. Together, they keep your feminine spirit glowing. These 15 daily micro habits may feel small, but they are powerful. You don't need to do them all at once. Start with 1 or 2 and let them ripple through your life. Remember, femininity isn't about performance. It's about coming home to yourself. So tell me in the comments, which habit are you going to start with? Because when you share it, you make it real. And you might inspire another woman to start too. If this resonated, hit subscribe because we're in this femininity journey together. And remember, it won't always be easy, but it will be worth it. And I promise you, you've got this.